Okay, so fun little fact about these Thursday videos. By the way, it is Thursday, June 12th, I think, 2025. Happy Thursday, everybody. Is I will, excuse me, kind of try to make notes throughout the week of like, here's just some stuff that I've done, any like notable things that have happened this week. Maybe it's like a big life event. Maybe it's just like, here's some random goofy shit that happened, and try to make notes. And then usually Wednesday morning, I'll go ahead and write them down in my notebook with kind of the understanding that, look, I'm going to do this tomorrow, so maybe there's something that'll happen like throughout Wednesday or Thursday morning that needs to be added, and if so, we'll go ahead and add it. And also sometimes there are things where I'll make a note because I know I can't really do something about it now. I guess, for example, like when Survivor airs, I know I'll go ahead and write a note that I'll talk about Survivor, but obviously because the episode hasn't aired yet, because it airs on Wednesday night, I can't make any notes about it now. One example of this would be talking about the NBA, because the finals are going on. It's like, all right, I'm going to have to say something about the NBA, something about the finals. The series is tied 1-1, but game 3 is tonight. We'll talk about that. We are now, I'm a Thunder fan, we're down 1-2. I had said OKC in 6, which means I penned us to lose 2 games. We have currently done so. I really fucking hope we don't lose another game. Especially hope we don't lose another 2 games, so we'll talk about it. And as the day went on, there was something that I noted that I needed to add to my list, because I had listened to Lin-Manuel Miranda's Warriors album that came out last year that I didn't know about till like last week, maybe the week before. And after finishing Talking Heads, which I did, and I very much enjoyed, and I also did go ahead and watch the Stop Making Sense film, like the concert film, and listen to the tribute album. Just Talking Heads as a whole, great, fantastic. Yes, I would say Remain in Light was probably my favorite album, and I think Once in a Lifetime is my favorite Head song. I think I would put Fear of Music at second. What was the one after Remain in Light? I don't remember what the name of the album was off the top of my head. I almost had it. Is it something to do with... Speaking in Tongues. I think that's what it is. Like, I was talking to a friend about it. He's like, I have Tongues second and then Fear of Music right behind. Like, I'm the opposite, but both are really, really good. Heaven is such a beautiful song. Like, I love Burning Down the House. Like, Heaven is so, so good. I'm trying to remember what that other song that I really, really liked is. I can't remember. But it has like a title and then like a title in parentheses. And I think it's something like Bizarre Melody. I can't really remember. It's a really beautiful love song. But anyways, had a great time listening to Talking Heads. So now I was like, okay, it's gonna be time to get back into Project Horizons, and that's next. It's time. But I wanted to listen to the Warriors album before doing so, before committing to the bit with Blackjack again. So sorry, nose is very itchy. So I listened to it yesterday, a decent chunk of it, like while watching Game 3, and I liked it a lot. I'll be honest, I have never watched the Warriors. I kind of want to, but like I haven't read the book, I haven't watched the movie, I'm not familiar with the source material of the book in the movie, which I don't remember what that's called. I think it's like it's something in Greek mythology, I think. But I thought it was neat. I had a good time with it. Actually, wait, there's a character named Ajax. Is it related to like the Trojan War? It might be. Anyways, like I said, I'm not a hundo. But I thought it was good. I think my 2 favorite songs were Still Breathin', and I don't remember it's the We Got You, but the reprise. If you've listened to it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But about 2 minutes in, it's like the song, like, it's good, and then it gets like really cool, and I probably listened to like the back end of that song like several times. It's like I'd listen to a song like, yeah, that was really good, I like that, yeah, that was really good, I like that, and then this part I just kept rewinding. It was like, this is fucking fire. I'd highly recommend it. I had a really good time with it. So I was like, okay, that's probably the like Wednesday, Thursday thing that happens after I write my notes that I needed to note down. Cool shit. And I know I gotta talk about the game. Then I woke up this morning and had a conversation with my parents, and it looks like they are finally gonna get a divorce. So that happened. I was like, oh, never mind. This is the big thing. I'll be honest, I don't super know how to feel about it, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about this, but I will just say, if this is what makes them happy, then I hope it works. From just talking to them and the little bit of eavesdropping I did this morning after I woke up, it sounds like it is going to be an amicable split, which is a very good thing. Like, I'm an adult now. It's like, look, y'all do what you gotta do. I love you both. I intend to have a good relationship with you both. And as long as everything stays Gucci and everything stays amicable, we'll all be all right. It's just kind of a, I really wasn't expecting that to be how my day started. But, okay, shit happens. Speaking of shit that happened, Game 3 in Indiana. What's that line from Ren and Stimpy from the horse? I think it's, no, I don't like it. Something close to that. This is a game where I think OKC missed like... Sorry. I was talking, I accidentally spat something up that was really fucking gross. This is a game where I think OKC missed 7 free throws in a game they lost by 8. And I don't remember the exact number. It was 6 free throws, we lost by 7. 7 free throws, we lost by 8. Something really close to that. You're like, damn, if we'd made our free throws, we might have won the damn game. We still would have been down, but it wouldn't have been we could have kept fighting. Damn, this is a game where OKC had just a lot of weird lapses. There's that one Caruso inbounds pass where it's just a lazy pass and McConnell is right there just all right, boom, take it, scoop it up, easy. There were quite a few possessions where it's the Pacers would score, all right, now it's transition, and then the Pacers would just get the ball back immediately. I think there were so many turnovers. And in a game where the margin of victory is essentially all the free throws you missed, plus all of these careless turnovers, several of which turned into points, and the flagrant that wasn't, where you very clearly see, yeah, he's not going for the ball. How is that not a windup? Are you sure about that? It's tough. By no means was that a flagrant too. I'm not even going to try to argue that. I'm I don't know. I don't know about that. Or there's that one play where I think it was Obi Toppin just runs by 2 defenders who don't try to box him out and just dunks the ball. And you're damn. Make your free throws. Don't be so careless and box out. I get it. Y'all are tired. There is a lot of, this is, as, the commentators kept saying, it's you're in the finals. It's been a long season. You are physically exhausted. You are getting mentally drained. Indiana is playing very, very physical, whether it should be called or not. Again, that was a fucking flagrant. But, you could just kind of see, especially as the fourth quarter went on, OKC was out of gas, and Indiana shifted to another gear. And it's similar but different to what happened in Game 1. Game 1 felt like OKC wasn't out of gas. They just took their foot off the gas. They're like, all right, like, we're good. We got this. The game's over. The game's won. Let's everybody go home. And Indiana said, no, there's still time on the clock. And it was OKC got caught lacking. Game 2, OKC said, fuck this shit, we gotta win. And Game 3 just felt like one team wanted to keep going and the other team just kind of had nothing left to give. And that's dangerous. I had said OKC in 6, which means I penned us to have 2 losses. I think I said that a little bit ago. We have our 2 losses. I figured we would lose one of the 2 games in Indiana. I had kind of said I think we're going to win Game 3 and lose Game 4. If it's the other way around, like, I don't mind. It's what happened with Denver. Lost Game 1, won Game 2, lost Game 3, won Game 4, and then won Game 5, lost Game 6, won Game 7. This does not feel like the series does not feel over. Because obviously, you know, it's 1st to 4, not 1st to 2, and it's not 1st to 3 either. And Game 1 was obviously a very winnable game. OKC was up the whole time. Game 3 was a winnable game. Again, the margin of victory was really sloppy turnovers, sloppy, lethargic defense, and missed free throws. You clean that shit up, you're up 2-1. You don't fuck around at the end of Game 1, you're up 3-0. This is a team that could still win this series and should be winning and dominating this series. So I know they can. But this loss bothers me in a way that Game 1 didn't. Game 1 was very frustrating. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You were leading or tied the entire game until there were 0.3 seconds. The fuck? This was this team, like, this is very winnable. They're not playing their best, and they could still win. That says good things. But at least tonight, Indiana wanted it more. That cannot be the case going forward. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. But I'm not giving up, and I don't think the team is giving up. Still OKC in 6. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I should also mention, going back to Talking Heads and Project Horizons, no, I haven't really started that again. I listened to a tiny bit of the next chapter. I'm like, bro, this audiobook for this next chapter is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Oh no, these chapters are gonna be long. I think I don't know if I've said this in a video yet. I don't know how I want to do the rest of Project Horizons, because what I did for part 1 was every chapter I made a video. And there's a part of me that's like, I do want to do that. Just like really chronicle the way down. Like, all right, this is what happened to this chapter. And then let me talk about this chapter, blah, blah, blah. But I'm also like, that's going to be another, 64 videos? That's a lot. That is kind of way too much. And I think I did the math. Looking at how long my videos were for part 1. I'm like, that something like 13 hours I spent talking about Project Horizons, which is believable. Number 1, I am loquacious to a fault anyways, and 2, I've spent a lot of time talking about this particular piece of media. I could spend another 40 hours and it would not surprise me, but I'm like, damn, it's gonna be a lot. As much as I would like to just say, you know what, let me just do every volume, those videos are going to be way too long. There's going to be too much crap to talk about unless I super condense it. Which I feel like I've gotten better at doing in a lot of my videos. just trying to not go on and ramble on. Like, in the Thursday videos, it kind of depends. Sometimes there's a lot of shit to talk about. Sometimes I can get through. I think last week's was like 10 minutes. It was super fucking quick. But I don't know. There's something about a good Horizons ramble and Horizons rant that I just like doing. So I don't know how much I'd want to condense them. But I might go where it's like, all right, every few chapters, like maybe every like 3 or 4, it's like, okay, let me do a video. Here's the basic plot shit that's been happening. And then here's some of the like big picture moments that were really interesting to me. Here's some like foreshadowing shit. Here's some like deeper analysis, like from the lucidity lens. Here's the kill count. Here's the catchphrase count. Like, because some of those things I feel like are better chapter by chapter rather than every few chapters. But again, I'm like, there's a fucking lot of this story, man. I don't know, chief. But there's that. Like, it's soon-ish, like over the next few days, I'm gonna try to really make sure I get back into the habit of Horizons, and we'll probably see just with how many notes I have after like chapter 17, like, is this a video? Do I feel like I could do this video? Like, how quickly could I get it done? Would be better just combine it with some shit. There are some chapters I know have to be their own videos. Like when I get to 22, which is my favorite part of Project Horizons, that's going to get its own video. Or like 60, what is it, 63? 65? I don't remember what the exact number is off the top of my head. Okay, hold up. I think volume 4 ends on 62, which is a 2-parter. So 63, 60. So I think the one I'm thinking of is 65. It's the one where she actually learns what the fuck Horizons is and has that scene with Cogs. It's also one of my favorite chapters. Like, that one would have to get its own video for sure. Like, there are some that I either really, like, are so fucking important / like them a lot. Like, with how much I have talked about, like, the Lucidity lens. Lucidity's gonna need its own video for sure. Some other chapters, I don't, like, Hightower could be an email. Like, Hightower's fine, like, it's fun, but I don't know. I probably don't need to do a chapter on every individual chapter of the Hightower arc. But again, we'll see. We'll go as we go, to use a familiar but silly phrase. We'll go as we go with Blackjack. So, that's done. Oh, right, the fucking Persona 4 remake got announced. Persona 4 Revival. So I'm not gonna lie, at first I didn't like the title. I was like, I don't know, like, when my friends and I were talking about it, we kind of like rerun or rewind. I really fucked with those. Like, I don't know, Revival doesn't feel as good. But the more I thought about it, I was like, well, when you have a TV show and then it comes back after a long time, you do call it a revival. So I don't know, that actually kind of works. I kind of fuck with that. So, and I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't a whole lot watching the Summer Games Fest that really appealed to me. Resi 9 looks neat. I did think it was an interesting way to do it, to be like, hey guys, so we know you're looking forward to Resident Evil, and it's almost ready. We're gonna show you soon, but just hold on tight. And then like 10 minutes later, all right, here you go. That was kind of neat. The Xbox showcase, I don't remember a lot of it off the top of my head, but I remember having a good time. There was this one game, it was like, there are no ghosts in the Grand, I think is what it's called. I was like, what the fuck is this? But the more I watched the trailer, the more I'm like, no, what is this? I'm actually really invested in what I'm watching. This is kind of neat. And then the title just gave me this, like, there are no ghosts in Bossing Save vibe. What was it called? I think it was called Forgotten, which is by the people who made Psychonauts. And I've never played Psychonauts, but it looks super fucking cool. And the new game, like, looked kind of neat as well. Yeah, I'm blanking now, but... oh, yeah, the new Game Freak game? I was like, wait, what? Huh. It doesn't look like it runs like shit? Okay. If Game Freak makes a game for another console, will it run well? I actually want to know how this works. So it's like an action game. Like, I know the answer is no, but could there be like a super boss where you just like fight a Pokemon? That'd be kind of neat as fuck. But like when I saw Inaba, I flipped my shit. I got really happy. I got really excited. I am a big Persona fan. I love Persona 4. It is the first one that I played. I still have not played Golden. And I've been really tempted and really close a few times. But once these rumors really started circulating about this remake, this revival, I was like, okay, I'm just not even going to bother playing Golden. I'm just going to play the remake. Partly because, like, look, I don't want to spend, like, 80, 90 hours playing this just to turn around and have to play it again, like, a year later or so. Like, look, I'll play Celeste once a year because I need it and it's short. But 90 hours a year of the same game is a lot. I was like, all right, 3 Load was last year. Metaphor was this year. I still need to do my video on Metaphor. I guess quick pin in that. And, I'm assuming Persona is going to be next year. So I guess I do like my 90-hour RPGs. Plus fucking Trails games. And gosh, this year is going to be insane. Again, I have Trails, Pokemon, Silent Hill, Trails, Bonanza before that. Oh my goodness, it's going to be crazy. I guess taking that pin out really quick. So, the Metaphor video, like, my notes are ready. I had planned on recording it yesterday, because I was off yesterday. I just didn't get around to it. I just had a lot of other shit I was doing. Excuse me. I was like, okay, let me just do the Metaphor video tomorrow morning. Then this morning happened, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel in the right mental state to be doing it right now. I'm off Sunday. So maybe after work, like today or tomorrow or Saturday or before work on one of those days, I can do it. If not, then Sunday. I really want to get that video done by the end of the week. I did do my video on War in the Pocket, which was literally just me sitting there eating an In-N-Out burger and not saying anything because Gundam memes. Like, after I watched War in the Pocket, like, the show is fucking great. Like, I absolutely love it. And I guess to just give my actual thoughts on it as non-spoilery as possible in case you haven't seen it and you're interested. And if you are interested, go see it. It's great. What I love about War in the Pocket is it feels like it's a Gundam show for people that don't understand what Gundam is about. For the people who are like, cool robots. I like that. I don't care about war. I don't care about the fact that, you know, it is this really haunting show at times that deals with fucked up shit like war crimes and child soldiers and how civilians often get caught in the crossfire between powers who don't care about them. I just like the robots. That, it is told from that perspective with Al and his friends. But as Al starts to get involved in the war, being like, war is this, like, cool, fun game thing, and starts to get exposed to the real horrors of it, I'm like, okay, it is like someone who just likes Gundam for the cool robots really getting into Gundam and being very affected by it. And the ending, like, that last line of, it's, like, kind of spoilery, but not super, but they'll just, like, hey, Al, like, don't cry. It's okay. There'll be another war soon with even cooler shit. Is so perfect. I loved it. And yes, like, the video I made was very tongue-in-cheek about one particular moment in the show. But I fucking loved it. Currently, I'm 7 episodes into 8th MS Team, and I don't love it. I'm having trouble really articulating why I'm not getting into it, because there's things about it I like. Like, I do like the vibe of, like, all right, here is your team, here is your crew, and them trying to work together, trying to get to know each other better, navigate each other's issues. Like, this is good shit. I like that environment. I more or less like the way they talk to and about each other. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of individual moments where I'm like, this feels like a really dumb decision. I feel like y'all should be smarter than that. And that happens a lot in Gundam, but very oftentimes in Gundam, your protagonist is a kid. They're like a teenager. So like when Camille does something stupid, I'm like, okay, that's not a good decision. But I understand why he would like decide to do that. But here, I'm like, I don't know. Just some of the shit that Shiro does. I'm also not really sure how old Shiro is. Like, is he like in his teens? Is he like in his 20s? Because if he's a bit younger, some of this makes a bit more sense. But I don't know. Like, I'll go probably deeper into it when I actually finish the series and talk about it. Because I don't know. It might be like by the time I get to the end, I'm like, okay, look, there was some jank early on that I wasn't getting into. It's Gundam. There's always going to be some jank that doesn't quite work. But when it got going, it got going. But, like, it's fine. I like it. I like it almost enough. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, there's a really good show here. And there's moments where I think it really shines through. But overall, I'm not loving it. But it's short. So I feel like there's not really a point to me dropping it. Because I've heard that people love it. And so I'm hoping the ending is going to make it like that much better. Oh shit, I didn't even write Gundam down. Because I guess that's something. Because it only just started a few days ago. So there's that. So a few days ago, Clay and I watched this 80s horror movie called Dolls. I don't think I'm going to do a video on it. But if you haven't seen it, please do. This movie's weird, and this movie's awesome. There is a scene early on where a little girl imagines her teddy bear that her stepmom just threw into the bushes because it's an 80s movie where people are horrible to each other. And she imagines that the teddy bear like comes out of the woods as like this big ass teddy bear and like takes off its face and it's an actual bear and then mauls her dad and stepmom to death. And then she's like, Teddy! And then the bear like covered in blood just goes, Urgh! And it's that kind of movie. It's a movie about like dolls who come to life and kill people. And like, when it fucking gets going, like, there's a scene of, like, a doll, like, a bunch of dolls, like, trying to saw off a woman's foot. I'm like, this is so violent and insane! This movie kind of rules! I don't know, maybe I should do a video. Like, I don't know if I will, because I don't think there's a lot to say, but it's just, this was a really fun and entertaining movie, as, like, batshit as it is. That's why it's worth watching. Like, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I have been getting quite a bit of writing done. Not as much as I maybe should. Keeping it 100. But it is happening, and it is working, and it is going. I am going as I go. I'm about 90-ish pages in. Excuse me. At least it's, I think in terms of the previous manuscript, this is around page 120 or so, I think. So I've cut like 38 pages, 25, 26 pages, depending on where the actual numbers are, which is kind of wild. And some of it, like I believe I've said, like some of it is just condensing. Some of it is like, I'm just replacing this with this. Some like shit is getting moved around a little. So there is still some jank. I am still kind of working on a puzzle. But if there's one thing I've noticed I really appreciate, is because I haven't worked on it in so long, coming back to it, it's with a much fresher set of eyes, and I'm hoping with just, I'm a better writer as well, which is helping me realize the problems. And generally speaking, at least for me, I feel like most of the problems are just in the prose, which is really good and really bad. It's really good because I feel like, okay, I don't think at least again, for me, I don't have a whole lot of problems with the way the pacing is, although I can like tighten it up a bit, of course. But I think the pacing still works fine. I think the actual plot structure works fine. I think the characters work fine. I like a lot of the dialogue. There's not a lot in like a big picture that I need to fuck with, although there are some things that I am messing around with because I kind of like how that's going to change things. I like that ripple effect. However, I feel like a lot of the actual prose and narration is like the language itself is usually good. It's just the actual flow of it and the sentence structure that's off. And it's a kind of similar thing I had with that last draft of Orichalcum. We're like, okay, to be fair, though, there was a lot of other big picture shit that needed to be messed with, and like internal consistency and blah, blah, blah. And there's some of that here, too, with Isla. But it's just, okay, condense and flow. And let's try to make that better. And what I thought was going to be a really shitty, arduous process feels like it's going pretty well. And yeah, there have been times where I've gotten a little bit stuck, or I'm like, let me do something else. Let me not kind of worry about this right now. But when I do sit down to work on it, I feel like I'm able to make real, genuine, legitimate progress. And boy, does that feel good. As for when I will finish this draft, I have no idea. I would love to finish it by the end of the month. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, actually, I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll go as we go. I'm in no rush. As much as I would like to, like, yeah, let me do that. You know, maybe I could, like, enter into some contests or some shit. I'm like, hey, I don't want to rush this. Partially because I want to make sure I get this right. But also, I don't want to put too much pressure on me for this. Like, I don't want to be, like, stressing myself out about it. I want to be able to take my time. I want to be able to enjoy other stuff. I want to be able to be still and fucking breathe. Just a couple other things to end the video on. Number one, I was sick for quite a bit last week. Just a lot of congestion. Like, my ears were clogged. My nose was super stuffy. And then it would be, like, really runny. My head was throbbing. It was a pretty miserable experience. There's not much else to say about it. It's like, I think it kind of started Wednesday, got worse as Thursday went on, and then like Friday was bad, Saturday was better but not great, and then by Sunday I was like, okay, I think I'm better. Thank the Lord for Tylenol. I think partly because of that and just like some other like stuff, I've had a very introspective few days. Just really trying to think about, where am I at in my life? Am I happy? And I would say genuinely that I am. But it's like, am I happy? What do I want going forward? How do I maintain the level of happiness that I have? What do I consider my flaws? And what do I consider like my genuinely good traits? And for those flaws, why do I consider it a bad thing? How do I improve on that? And for like my good traits, why do I consider it a good thing? And also, like, how do I improve on that? Or how do I maintain that? And the thing that I kept coming back to, which is kind of what really started me being introspective, is just that concept of being still. And not just, like, peace and relaxing, but it's kind of a few things. I think it's being able to, like, be at peace, be able to trust in God, because I talk about my faith a lot. It's very important to me. But being able to say, like, look, I don't need to be in control of every situation. I just have to be able to trust and, like, take care of what I can take care of. It's about not having to worry all the time. It's about when anxiety gets bad and my brain starts saying, like, hey, this situation sucks, or you suck, and blah, 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 blah. Being able to sift through that, like, okay, is there any truth to this? Like, if I'm getting really frustrated about something, I'm like, well, I'm really stupid. I'm like, well, you're not stupid, but this might be something you are struggling with. So let's figure out why. What is it about this that's overwhelming or confusing or unclear? And maybe it's best to, like, drop it, walk away for a bit, work on something else, ask questions, see if you can send it to someone else. There's ways, like, to do this, you know, shit like that. Like, I don't remember what the context was, But there was something I was thinking about, and I was like, man, like, I'm really afraid of this, like, potential thing. And I'm like, okay, but why? Like, well, because of blah, 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 blah. Wait, that actually doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm also afraid because of blah, 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 blah. Well, that doesn't make any sense either. Well, blah, blah, blah. Well, that doesn't make any sense either. So I'm not afraid of this. What the fuck? And it's shit like that. It's being able to, like, honestly look at a situation, and instead of just letting it, like, consume me again with, like, worry or fear or anxiety, and just to say, let's sit with this for a moment. And let's figure out, let's discern what's true and what's not. And then move forward. You know, it's like whatever the emotion is, like, okay, like maybe sometimes you just got to be able to feel that emotion for a bit and let it pass. And that's something I'm trying to understand and be better at. And like I said, when I looked at a lot of like what are areas of my life I want to improve on or that I like and want to like keep doing, I felt like that was kind of the thing I kept coming back to. So, character development, I guess. Let's see if I can keep at it and let it stick. But this has been about almost 40 minutes. It's been definitely longer than the last one. But I think that's it. Y'all have a good day. And a good weekend, good rest of June, blah, blah, blah. Take care.